Hey Mixers, welcome back to another NBA player props video. We're going to give away the cash from a couple of days ago when we had our 5-man sweep. And then I'm also giving away some cash for yesterday's video. There was only one person who commented 2 correct players, so that person automatically wins. But let's go ahead and jump into that, and then we'll jump into the picks for today. All right, so let's go ahead and spin the wheel for the five-player sweep a few days ago. And it looks like we have P Swift Petaway 485. He said Derek White 14 plus points, Jalen Johnson over 3.5 assists. Those were plays he gave us. Though I checked on those, they both hit. So good job on those. And then he said I also played your bets as straights as usual. And then Vela 17, Castle, and Scotty Cashin. Too many people took Karl Anthony Towns, and he chalked us. So Vela 17, you were the only winner from yesterday's video. Okay, so jumping into the recap, we did already do the recap from the other day, so we'll just do the recap from yesterday. LaMelo Ball did not end up playing. I tried to let you guys know in the comments. One of my commenters let me know that he was out. I double-checked on that. He was ruled out, and so I tried to tell you guys. But, yeah, so if you bet on that, you just got a DMP there. Larry Markkinen over 26.5 points. He did get there for us, even though the Jazz got blown out, which was not what I was expecting. And then Scotty Barnes over 23.5 PA. I ended up also playing his sorry. No, I just paid the 23.5 PA. That did cash. Stephon Castle, that is where I pivoted. I also played the points at 17.5, and he did cash that as well. So great day for Stephon Castle. Wemby did not have the day that I was kind of expecting him to have. Lonzo Ball sold us. He only had, I think, 3 assists, so didn't even get the hook there. Yeah, no worries. That one was just a bad call, I guess. And then Karl Anthony Towns over 21.5 points. He ended with 20, and I was watching the end of that game, which was kind of frustrating because he was at 16. So he needed 6 points to get us here, and just wasn't taking shots. He was just mostly rebounding and then passing off the ball. Jalen Brunson was taking most of the shots, and then OG was also taking quite a few shots. And then all of a sudden, he's getting some free throws, which is where he got most of his points, actually, by the way. Well, I wouldn't say most, but he had, I think, 8 points from free throws. And so he got a couple of free throws. He got up to 20. And so then I was just waiting for that last basket the whole game. But the Knicks were up. And so, the starter shouldn't have even really been in. But I know it's the cup, the in-season tournament and all that. But anyway, he just didn't get another shot. So the Bulls just weren't going to catch up to them. Jalen Brunson was taking all of the shots. I have noticed a trend. Jalen Brunson has been super consistent this year, which is not like him. He usually has a boom bust type of a thing. And Karl Anthony Towns has been super consistently lower as well. So maybe they are just trying to feed the ball to Jalen Brunson a little bit more. Anyway, we are still over 60% on our best bets. And so, yeah, that is a great place to be. I'll take a 3-2 day any day of the week. That is a winning day. All right, the best bets for today. I have Jeremy Grant for you over 16.5 points. He's over in 5 of 6 games this season already, including a game against the Lakers where he played 22. Well, he hit 22. He's over in 4 of 6 head-to-heads recently, counting the most recent game. Lakers are on a back-to-back. It looks like Luka will be playing, which he did not play in the last game where Jeremy Grant got this 22 points. So that's something to keep in mind. I think Denny Avdija is also fine. Or Tumani Kamara, if you'd rather bet on one of those 3. I would just pick a forward for this team and bet on them against this Lakers team. So I'm going to go with Grant. James Harden over 13.5 rebounds and assists. This is at 14.5 on a lot of places, juiced under. I found this on Boom Fantasy, which is where normally you're going to find the lower lines. I am not sponsored by any app, and I use them all. I use Underdog, Chalkboard, Prize Picks, Better, Sleeper, Parlay Play, Boom Fantasy. I use all of them, okay? Boom Fantasy just typically has the lower lines, and so I do play on it quite often. Anyway, I did get this this morning, over 13.5 rebounds and assists. He's over in 3 of 5 games this season, and the 2 games where he missed were blowouts. So the Jazz game here where he barely missed, and then the Warriors game, those were both blowout games. He is over 100% in head-to-head games with the Heat. Also, if Norman Powell plays, then this will be, a revenge narrative, I guess, for him going up against his former team. Maybe the Clippers play harder because of that. Maybe Norman Powell plays harder because of that. I don't know. But he might not even play the game. So I wouldn't put too much into it. I just think James Harden has had historical success, in this spot. And he's had success this year in this spot. So Pascal Siakam over 23.5 points. He's over in 4 out of 6 this season. He's over 75% of the time in head-to-heads over the past several seasons, not counting the playoffs. So this is just regular season game head-to-heads, and those 4 games were with Halliburton on the court. So he was able to clear this line even with Halliburton. Now, without Halliburton, I think he has to get it done. All right, Alperen Sengun over 8.5 rebounds. This is bumped up to 9 on some places for the push. I found this on Underdog this morning, so you could still get it at 8.5. He's only over in 2 of 5 games this season, but he's in a decent rebounding spot here. He's over in 4 of 6 in the head-to-heads. He averages 9.8 overall, so he has not really been playing up to his average this season so far. Maybe that is the new normal with Kevin Durant on the court, because Kevin Durant actually has been pulling down, I wouldn't say quite a few rebounds, but 5 to 6 rebounds or so a game, which is kind of a lot, in my opinion. And so maybe this is just the new normal with Alperen Sengun, but I think he's in a great spot. I'm going to take the over 8.5 rebounds on him. One lean for you, Jonas Valanciunas over 6.5 points. He's just been killing it. So in his new role in this spot as basically like, a Nikola Jokic backup, he's just been killing it. So he's over this in 4 or 5 games this season. He obviously gets a great matchup against the Kings. So it will just depend on his playing time. He's obviously, being encouraged to take shots when he is on the court. And so, yeah, I just like to lean towards this line, but it is not a regular play. I mean, it is a regular payout. It's just not a best bet for me. All right, bonus bets. Rudy Gobert, double-double. Now, he screwed us the last time we bet on this. So keep that in mind. He's kind of having a little bit of a down year, I think. But this is plus 140, so it's a really good price. I found that on FanDuel. He's only over in 2 of 6 games this season for the double-double. He's over 100% of the time against the Nets. So it's a good scoring matchup for him. That's usually where he falls short. But he could fall short in the rebounds instead and get plenty of points. So the pivot here would just be to bet on his points rebounds, but that's just for a normal payout. I'll take the plus 140 for the double-double. All right, and then Nikola Jokic for a triple-double. This is only a plus 100. He just missed it in the Trailblazers game, but he was over in 4 of 5 games this season. He's over in 5 of 8 head-to-head games. His assists are already favored to go over 9.5. So you either have to pay juice to take his assists, or you can just get plus money to take the triple-double. Now, my biggest fear with this one would be that the Nuggets just blow out the Kings, especially if Zach LaVine does not play. And so then Nikola Jokic just doesn't get minutes and doesn't get his triple-double because Jonas Valanciunas has been playing really well, so maybe they do put him in a little bit more. Or, maybe if the Kings are just playing so bad, they really lay the hammer down on them and they just put up like 150 points. And then Nikola Jokic gets like a huge triple-double. Who knows? We'll see. But I think it's worth the plus money to take this one. All right, and then one alt line I like is Domantas Sabonis over 8.5 rebounds. This is on Prize Picks. And remember, guys, I only give you goblin lines that will give you a 2x payout if you put it with a regular line. So this one, I tested it, and you can get a 2x payout with a regular line. He's over in 100% of head-to-head games recently over the past few seasons. And then he is over 93% of the time of all games overall. So it's kind of a little bit of a slam dunk here. But again, if the Kings get blown out, maybe something goes wonky and he doesn't get here. So I just want to point out that risk. All right, here is the best bet summary, the 2 bonus bets, and the lean and the alt line play. So if you want to get in for the cash giveaway today, make sure that you subscribe, like the video, and then comment 2 out of these top 4 best bets that you think will hit. And if they do, you'll be in for the cash giveaway. And obviously, you can also comment other plays that you're thinking of taking to help us all out. Just other looks that I might have missed. It is a huge slate, so I did look through all the games. This is what I liked the best, but maybe there's something you really love, and maybe I'll jump on board with you. All right, thanks, guys.